What's up, guys? Kristen Ninja here, and welcome back to Study Sessions. Now, I'm gonna just double check and make sure the video is live. Just wait a second. Just give it a second. Perfect. All right. So, actually, hold up. I can let this keep playing. So perfect. Everything's working just fine. It's working fine, dandy, and cool, and everything like that. I'm excited to be back here. Welcome back to Study Session. I'm your host, Krista Ninja, and I realize now I could have easily become a rapper if I really wanted to be. I could have literally just given up on. I could have literally just given up on school and became a rapper. And none of the images are here. Why are none of the images in this picture? Why? What the cheese happened? What the and half this freaking thing isn't even showing up. What the juice, bro? Hold up, I gotta fix this. I gotta fix this because I'm just that dude. I gotta be the dude to fix everything apparently. But welcome back to study sessions. While I get myself situated, because apparently this Microsoft OneDrive doesn't want to open what I needed to open. Let me see. Give me this. Can I refresh this page? Sort uh by modified. Um, Descending. Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. Cool. Finally. Okay, this popped up the right way. Okay, let me close this. All right, hold up. I got this. Trust me. I'm basically a professional. I got this. I got this. All right, so now go over here. Also, y'all might be wondering, like, why do you keep looking all the way over here, like this way, like almost at a 45-degree angle from the camera? That is because I don't have a second monitor. I just have a TV. So with that being said, we're just gonna go ahead and pop in. We're gonna drop in. And we're gonna do this dang thing, man. Any questions? Place them in the chat. Let me just open for questions, and let's get it started. So the first thing we're gonna do is what is V out for the Whetstone Bridge? Now you may not know what a Whetstone Bridge is, and that's okay. Um, I don't have as much time as I'd like to. Well, I have plenty of time to do this. I just don't want to spend that much time because there's like 30 questions on this homework assignment. Dr. H, come on, man. Come on, man. Really? 24 questions? Really? Come on, dog. But it is what it is. It's fine. It's all good. Anyway, so a Whetstone Bridge is a special type of circuit that basically splits the voltage. Cheese. What in the cheese is going on now? It splits the voltage in between. Oh no. Oh no. Oh wait, hold on. No, we're good. It splits the voltage between a point where two resistors are basically in series and two are in parallel. Um, and they basically just divide the voltage. Um, and it's used very frequently to get, you know, I don't really know how to explain it. Um, Jeez, bro, eyes. Um, but whetstone bridges are you wheatstone, whetstone doesn't really matter how you call it. They're essentially used as a way to measure the voltage in between two separate points, I believe. Um, and they split they split the voltage across like the two resistors. So um, what the freak? G. Okay, let's see. A and B. So a cross point C and D is given as VC minus VD. Okay, okay, okay. So after doing a little bit of reading, because I'm honestly just reading off the notes to do the homework, because why not? The notes are available to me. So I have V out equals, we'll call this A. Well, actually, no, just for sake of clarity, we'll call this A over here, A and B. So VA minus VB. That's what V out equals. Now we have VN equals 5 volts. That's 5 whole volts. We can find VA. We can find VA with this equation. So VA equals R2 over R1 plus R2 multiplied by that 5 volts, because V source, I'll just change this to V source for simplicity's sake. Um, 10, 100. Okay. VA is just going to be, um, let me make sure I'm reading this right. R1, R2. I just want to make sure I'm reading this right, because there's a R1, R2, R3. Okay, yeah. So actually, nice. This is actually really easy to read. So fortunately, the way that he drew the circuit here, um, the way he drew the circuit, these are the resistor values. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So R1 over R2, or R2 over R1 plus R2, that's 10K over 20K, which is just 1/2 times 5. So VA equals 2.5 volts. Just gonna check the chat real quick. We're good. Okay. And then VB is R3. Wait, no, I think it's R4. Is it R4? I think it's R4. R4 over R3 plus R4. Yeah, R4 over R4. R4 over R3 plus R4, which in this case is 23 and 24. So we have 10, 100 over 10K plus 10.1K, which gives us just use my calculator real quick, because I could do the math. Honestly, I could. I just don't feel like doing it. So let's see. 10, 100 divided by 10,000 plus 10, 100. That's like 0.502, 0.502, very close to 1/2. Multiply that by 5, and you get 2.51 volts. So VB, 2.512 volts. Now we want V out. So V out is VA minus VB. Um, so you get 2.5 minus, yeah, 2.51. You get like negative 0.01 volts. So, I mean, it's technically almost 0 volts out. V out equals minus 0.01 volts, but that's very close to 0 volts as a whole. And that's the Whetstone Bridge. That's the first question of the Whetstone Bridge. The next one for V1 is 0.3 sine of 400T, and V2 is 0.5 sine, or zero point 0.5, V2 is 0.5 volts. What is V out at 52.225 seconds? Okay, so if we take a look here, we'll notice that we have, I believe this is a differential amplifier or a difference amplifier. Um, we have a gain of 10, I think. This is a gain of 10. I'm gonna try and like double check on this because I think if this is not the circuit I think it is, then it will give me a very much wrong answer. So I will double check that. I believe, don't quote me on this. Um, believe this is a differential amplifier or a difference amplifier. No, has to be difference difference amplifier. Let's see. So that's grounded. That's grounded. That's still grounded. That's still grounded. That's still grounded. Yeah, I gotta stay. It's not a differentiator. Uh, maybe a differential. Oh, it is a differential. Okay, so MR, yeah, differential amplifier. Okay, cool. So this is differential amplifier. I get a little confused sometimes because there's a difference amplifier, there's a differential amplifier, and there's a differentiator amplifier, along with an integrating and an integrator amplifier, which I believe are the same, but like there's so many different types of op amps. It's really hard to remember which one is which. So this is a differential. Um, I kind of want to put on some royalty free like music. Royalty free background music, just hey, this video is not sponsored by Robinhood, but if y'all want, I could drop my link and y'all can get yourself like $5 a stock. I'm just saying. This is gonna go so much better now that I can think with music. So for this differential circuit, we have M equals 10. Um, that's for the MR value. He's asking us what's V out. So we want V out, which is going to be here. Um, V out in this situation, V out is M times V1 minus V2. If V1 is this and V2 is this, I hope it'll catch up eventually. V1 is this and V2 is that. Then we would have zero point 0.3 sine of 400 times 52.225. So that gives you negative 0.22, negative 0.29. So V1 in this instance at 52.225 equals minus 0.29299 volts. V2 is constant at a 0.5 volts. So V1 minus V2, you have negative 0.29. Jeez, come on. 0.29 minus 0.5. That equals negative 0.79999 volts. And then you multiply that by 10 because you have a gain of 10. That's what the M value is. So that really gives us 7.99 volts, negative 7.99 volts out. What is the current through the load resistor? So the current through the load resistor, we can find that by just using the value. The load resistor is typically the one that's placed on the output. So this is the load resistor over here. I just circled it. It might take a minute to show up. Um, I wonder how long it'll take for it to show up. I don't know how far behind this the screen is, but I mean it should be updating like relatively quickly. Um, but yeah, your resistor is there you go. Your load resistor is typically the last one on the of the circuit. So we put 7.99, so we just multiply that by 10. And then the current through that, you just do V equals IR. So divide this by 500 ohms, and you get 15.99 milliamps. For question 4, he's asking us what is V out. So very similar. That's 400. This first one was 100. Okay. So very similar to the first question on question 4. Um, Now we're working with the Wheatstone bridge. And that goes into the those inputs go into this amplifier, which is where these circuits kind of get a little bit more complicated. So I'm going to break this down a little bit more simply. I'm going to break it into pieces. So just going to give myself some space here. Want to make sure I give myself enough space. Okay, cool. I can still see all my circuits. That's the important thing is that I can see my circuits. If I can't see my circuits, then or if you can't see the circuits that I'm working on, that's a bad sign. Um, okay. So the first thing I want to do is I want to break up this part of the circuit right here. This is a Wheatstone bridge. I want to break this up into something that I can manage. So I need to find the voltage. I need to find the voltage in here. So I need VN here. This is a buffer. So this is just a buffer. That gives us high gain or high impedance on our input. And this is also a buffer. So I need VN here as well. So between at this point, we'll call this V2. No, we'll call this V1. Hey, hold on. This be kind of fire. Hold up a second. Yeah, making circuits like I'm in a circus, but I'm out here looking like I'm out here and I'm lurking in the darkness, but I'm going out here like I'm parking, but I'm out here like I'm a darken. I'm darkening all the screens, which you know I'm out here, man, I'm too mean, feeling on the scene, but I'm pulling too clean, but I'm making this we stone on a bridge, and one time because I'm on that thing. I'm out here looking like a rage, rocking that fossil ridge, rocking the black and all the gold, but I'm out here, man, I'm getting goals. What you doing out here, man? I'm getting gold, man. I'm doing what I'm told, but I'm doing my thing, and I'm out here making my things on the ring, and I'm making a sign, but I'm making a sine wave, but I'm out here and getting a time wave. Cosine, what you doing in the tangent? Hit it one time because you know I'm in the hand make. Yo, I'm swinging it back forth. Hit it one time because I'm getting on the score. Meanwhile, bro, y'all not ready. Y'all not ready for the rap career to drop, bro. Circuit, circuit rap. Come on now, y'all are not ready for the freaking magical bars. Y'all not ready for the magical bars that are that are. Let's just get back to the thing. So we got 10K and 10K. That gives us the V1 equals 2.5 volts. That's because V source is 5 volts. And then if we just do the 10,400 over 20,400, because that's 10K plus 10,400. Oh, geez. 10,400 divided by 20,400. And that's 20,400, not I hope you'll get what I'm trying to say. That's 50 or 0.509 as a fraction, and then multiply that by 5 gives us 2.54 volts. So V2 2.549 volts. Actually, I think they're flipped actually, but it doesn't really matter all that much because it really doesn't matter all that much because it's gonna come out anyway. But we'll just flip these just for sake of if you're in the class, so it matches the notes. V2 is at the top, V1's at the bottom. We'll just do it like this so you'll match the notes so you don't get confused. Um, I swear, I swear, if Planet Fitness tries a copyright claim for that ad that just popped up, I'm deleting the channel. I'm deleting my channel. I'm not going to delete my channel, but that's how I feel about it. Let's see. As you can see here, um, I'll highlight this in green. You can see this is 10K, this is 10K, this is 10K, this is 10K. All these are 10K resistors, which means that the value that we're multiplying by is this value right here. So is the gain is AR, yeah, AR over R. So all the resistors R equals 10K, AR equals 1K. So that means we have 1K over 10K, which is a gain of 1/10. Now with that gain of 1/10, that's what we know. So we put those voltages into a buffer, and then we're trying to find it's asking us to find V out, right? Yes. What is V out? So V out equals V1 minus V2 multiplied by 1 plus 2 over G. 1 plus 2 over G, which is the gain. So oh, there we go. Nice. Wonderful. Look at all that beautiful work right there. So 1 plus 2 over G. Um, 2 over 1/10, you multiply by the reciprocal, so you actually are doing 2 times 10 over 1. That uh, gives you 20 plus 1. That's a gain of 21. So 21 times, is this railed? Is this being powered? This op amp is technically not being powered, so technically there shouldn't even be anything coming out of it anyway, but we're gonna assume it has like a 900,000 voltage out. Not like we're gonna assume infinite rails. Um, so V1 minus V2, we have V1 minus 2.5, 0.049. So that's 2.54 minus 2.5. That gives us 0.04. And technically there's like a 901. So we're just gonna do that. We're gonna multiply that value by 21. No savage. Don't unsubscribe. And that gives us a whole whopping 1.02 volts. 1.0, we'll say 1.03 because it's 1.029. Bro, these beats are going kind of hard, bro. These beats are kind of fire. Listen to the math, listen to the cash, cause I'm doing dashes. What you know, I'm like a flash, man. I'm feeling like reverse flash. Got my main HUD, get them all this. What you doing? Cuz yeah, I be straight chilling. I be straight villain. Everybody know I'm a straight villain. Yo, I'm a killer on the track. Gotta see what 1/16 of a watt is. 1/16, that's half of a 1/8. But I can't remember what that fraction is decimal A. Yo, that's 0.0625. So I'm about to come and take a dive. 0.00625. What you want to do, man? I'm too so fly, man. I'm like a villain, but I'm a hero. Went up from a zero, man. I'm like a freaking hero. I'm in my hero academia, getting like a Jimmy. Yeah, I'm feeling like Texas Smash. I'm like Captain All Might. Yeah, Captain America. What you want to do? I'm a haircut. Yeah, I'm getting a haircut, but I'm not here, man. I'm staring up. Yeah, I'm still in love, but I'm not here, man. I'm way above all the rest. I'm like a dove. I'm flying high up all the stars. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Y'all might not ever learn anything from me if I keep rapping like this, but like at the same time, your boy just flames, just straight flames. So what is the power through R32? Well, you can find power equals V times I. So we can find and we have 0.065 watts. So I think it is telling us resistor R32 is above that. But if we do this value, 1.029 divided by 100, yeah, that gives us 0.0102 as our current. So I 0.029, that getting multiplied by 1.02. Multiply those two numbers together, that gives us 0.105. The power is actually 0.0105. I don't think the power is greater than I don't think the power is greater than 1/16. Yeah, it's not greater than 1/16 of a watt. Even if I did I squared R, which is multiplying the current by itself, then multiplying by 100, it's still not greater. So that's just probably a typo. Um, what is the voltage at pin 6 of U10 above? Well, the voltage there, this is a voltage, this is a buffer, a voltage follower, so the voltage there is actually just 2.5 volts. Um, who's texting me? What do people want? Drop my controller. Um, okay, cool. So now the question 7, what is the current through R32 above? The current is actually uh um 100 to 10.29 milliamps. Okay, cool. Um, so next problem, what is V out at T equals 3.35 seconds? So once again, we're going back to another Wheatstone bridge because that's what we just learned, honestly. That's literally what we just learned. So I'm going to create some space here. Create some space. Um, we have 12 VRMS. Now, Dr. Hudson, you're going to be proud of me right here. If you want the RMS value of something, it's 0.707 or the average or the yeah, it's the RMS voltage is 0.707 times the full voltage. So I think if I did 12 divided by 0.707, gives you 16.9 volts. And that lines up perfectly because technically the wall voltage in the voltage in the walls is 120 volts, but that's the RMS value of the voltage in the wall. Actually 169.7 volts in your wall. That's the peak to peak voltage. But we take the RMS value because um, I think it's because it's cleaner. I forgot exactly why we take RMS, but RMS is an important value, and that's 0.707. So if you don't learn anything else from me, 0.707 RMS value. You're gonna get yourself a job in electrical engineering or something like that, and they're gonna ask you, "We need you to find the RMS value of such and such voltage," and you're gonna just multiply by 0.707. You're gonna know what it is. Now, 0.707 is 1 over the square root of 2. Yeah, yes, or is it the square root of 2? Oh no, it's square root of 2 over 2. Square root of 2 divided by 2. 0.707. Remember it. Remember it. Remember it well. Or is it 1 over square? I can't remember if it's 1 over the square root of 2. Oh yeah, it is 1/square root. You see, I know well, Dr. Hudson. I hope you're proud of me. He he, he is in spirit. He's here in spirit. Anyway, so with our 12 volts RMS, we're just gonna go with the 12 volts because it is what it is. 12 volts at 60 hertz. Um, hold up. I gotta remember how to do this. Shoot. It's not that I don't know how to solve it. It's I can't remember what I need to do here. Um, because typically we're working with like a sine omega t. Oh, your boy just cracking stuff, man. I'm telling you, bro. So basically, we had 12 sine of 2 pi times 60 times 3.35. Omega t is 2 pi f, or omega is 2 pi f. So 2 pi times 60 times 3.35. No, 3.335. And then do sine of that. Um, so that gives us a VN or a V source. V source equals. What all these dang ads, bro? I'm gonna have to download an app. NordVPN. Can y'all sponsor me or something like that so I can get free Nord or something? Jeez, all these ads. Unless you're Dawn Dish Soap. Now, Dawn Dish Soap, that's where it's at right there. Dawn, sponsor me. I'm here for it. Once you use Dawn, all your problems are gone. I mean, anyway. Our V source is 7.05 volts at this point. Okay, so now we have R1 and R2. Oh, these are the same numbers. Um, so half of that gives us our V2. V2 equals 3.5. I'm gonna say 3.53 volts. V1 equals it's 7 o'clock. We're making it past 21. V1 is 3.5. We'll say 3.6. 3.6 volts. He's just checking on y'all. 3.6 volts. So this is V1, or I mean, this is V2. This is V1. They're going into a buffer. We once again have a gain of 21. As you can see here, all these are 10K, 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 10K. Gain is one gain G equals AR over R. That's 1K over 10K. And then to get V out, I'm just going to do this on the next part. V out. V out equals V1 minus V2 times 1 plus 2 over G. Once again, we have 1/10 is our gain. That gives us a gain of 21. So 21 times V1 minus V2. I'm just putting this in my calculator because it's easier. 0.069 21 is 1.45 volts. Um, hope that comes up. Yeah, it should in a moment or so. It's asking for the current through R32 at this time. So at this time, you do 1.4. Well, actually, if I'm just do that divided by 100, because I believe it's a 100 ohm resistor. Yes, 100 ohm resistor. Um, that gives you 14.52 milliamps. Chegg, you don't get a sponsorship for this. No, you don't get a sponsorship, Chegg. You don't get a sponsorship. Don't play me like I'm stupid. Trying to get me to give a study helping app while I'm trying to help people study the right way. Get your goofy self up out my dang screen. Man. Let me. Is there a way to refresh this? I don't know if there's a way to refresh this or not, but I don't know why y'all can't see my. Oh no, you can. It just looks jumbled. So this right here. That's V out. This is V out right here. That's my solver V out. It looks better on my iPad screen. Um, it just looks better on my iPad screen the way that it is. Because like on my iPad screen, it looks nice and neat. It looks like I took care, nice gentle care of the problem. But I will go back and double check and make sure it looks right. What is V out of? So the next question is what is V out of the microphone? So right now, this is the next question. What is V out of the microphone? Question 10. Um, V out. Just making a little note for y'all. Um, so we have an inverting op amp, just a regular inverting op amp. I want to make sure that the piezo crystal is not going to affect the calculation here because it could if I'm not careful. So I want to double check and be sure that I don't do this incorrectly. See, piezoelectric effect, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, something something something. Nobody really cares. Uh oh, it honestly looks like it doesn't matter. It appears to not matter at all. Yeah, it seems like it doesn't matter at all. So this is just regular inverting op amp. So we know the input resistance. Uh, we're looking at these as input resistance and the feedback resistance. So RF is 10K, RI equals 500. Now, the reason that I can say it's just 500 is because when we're messing with signals, we don't want to load the signal down. So we either need extremely high impedance or we need extremely low impedance to offset each other. Um, the cheese and okay, then pop off, then pop off. Um, so that being said, we know that we have a gain of 20, and we know it's a gain of 20 because it's an inverting op amp. So it's actually a gain of minus 20. Um, regular 741 op amp, V out, VN is 25 millivolts. So 25 millivolts times negative 20. That gives us a half of a volt out. So V out. Okay, I thought I was asking the same. I thought I was being asked the same question twice. That would have been something. Part of me is thinking about like ordering some Wingstop or something like that for lunch for dinner, but like at the same time, I don't want to because it costs money. Um, that college life, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know if y'all can hear this beat or not, but drop a clean beat, feeling really neat, shoes on the leap. Who's getting slandered? Who's getting slandered? No, I'm kidding. Hold up. Mm, feeling really neat. Hop on a beat, shoes look clean, like I'm a queen, but I'm not here, man. I've never been mean. Well, I kind of been had a little mean streak, but I'm not here, man. I've never gone into the street. I'm not for the streets, but I'm keeping my streaks. What you really doing? I'm out here meek. Ooh, and I'm feeling too meek. But do not mistake that for me being weak. Uh, I'm the king, but I lay down like I'm a servant. I'm out here, I'm serving up dishes like I'm even hurting. And I just been hurting, but I'm just be learning hot bars, hot cars, hot stars, and I'm feeling like a pop star, and I'm getting me a rock star energy, getting to the drink. What you doing now? I'm out here sink. Gotta wash it up because I'm getting clean. I'm out here finna go mink, feeling like Spidey swinging through the air, feeling like a dub, feeling like I got freaking dared. But I'm out here, do you dare? Yo, got in the mic, and I spit it like ice. Spit it so nice because I suffice. Kristen Ninja, the fun be all right. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't help it sometimes. What is VI for this microphone circuit? So this one is slightly different. It's still, oh no, it's not. This is a non-inverting op amp, non-inverting. So the gain equals 21 because it's RF over RA plus one. Um, still finding V out. Um, doesn't really matter what the input is up here. Like this doesn't really matter all that much. But since there's such a high impedance here, we need to make it inverting a non-inverting amp because that creates the necessary high impedance that we're looking for in order to not load the circuit down. Um, so then you just do 25 millivolts multiplied by 21. Oh, gives us 0.525 volts. So be out. And the last one is actually a negative voltage, but it doesn't really matter all that much. Um, our professor, he realized that he made a small mistake. So he's asking us this question again. This is another differentiate differential amplifier. Um, you have your A value or your G value, whichever you want to call it, or the M value, whatever you want to call it. This is what I'm calling A. 2.5K gain is A over R. Um, so the gain is 2.5. These are both buffers, so it doesn't really matter what goes into them. It just matters really what comes out. Um, this is our load resistor. And now we just solve like normal. So we take 10 sine 100 times 1989.89 and 9 sine of 1,000 times 1989.89. That gives us our V1 and V2 values. So this is V3 and V4. So this is actually going to be V4 minus V3, just by how the notation is in most of the circuits that we've been working with. Oh, I need to scroll down a little bit. No, hold up, no. Okay, cool. Yeah, there it is. Um, so 10 sine 100 times 1989.89 gives us 4.98 volts. So this is 4.980 volts. Should be 9 sine of 1,000 times 1889.89. And that gives us our, this equals negative 0.78 or negative 7.89 volts. So then to do V4 minus V3, the bigger number actually minus well, technically the smaller number minus the bigger number because it's just nomenclature at this point. V4 is on the bottom, so it just is what it is. So we get a total of minus 12.87 volts. All right. And double checking my differential amplifier knowledge because I really don't want to give y'all a bad I don't want to give y'all bad numbers or bad answers because if you're using this to help yourself study, I'd hate to give you something that's completely wrong. Um, yeah, let's see. So be out. Okay, yeah, yeah, it's the same thing. So 1 plus 2 over G, 1 plus 2 over G. So then you have one 1 plus 2 over 2.5. So you have a gain of 1.8. Oh, bro. Calm down, bro. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, cool. Now it's updated. I have a little bit more space to write. Um, so V out equals minus 12.87 multiplied by 1.8. If I do that, 1.8 times this value, you get negative 23.17 volts. Um, and then we just do that divided by the load resistor, which is 100 ohms, and that gives us our current, which is minus 231 milliamps, or 232 milliamps. So, and that's at that specific time. So this next question is at this time, 2025.2525, does the resistor catch on fire? Now it's a 16 watt resistor, which means we have 0.625 watts. Um, okay, so 16th watt carbon resistor. Oh, we're already halfway done. How long have I been live streaming? I don't even know how long I've been live. Um, oh, I've only been live for about an hour. So it's actually hasn't been that long. Um, so the same equation, we just substitute the 1989 for 2025.2525. So V3 equals negative 6.15. V4 negative 2.79, or negative 2.97. My bad. Read it backwards. 975. Well, just say 97. It is what it is. B4 minus B3, just because of how it's how it's structured. Um, gives us 3.17 volts. Multiply that by 1.8 equals 5.7 volt, 5.71. 5.71 volts. Then we find the current. So 5.71 divided by 100 equals 57.0 milliamps or 57.1 milliamps. So it's getting mighty close. Mighty close to bursting into flames. Then we do the voltage multiplied by the current. That gives us 326 milliwatts. So yes, the resistor does catch on fire. So yes, the resistor is on fire. Um, okay, so this one, question 14, we're working backwards. We have a non-inverting op amp again. So we have non-inverting op amp. We have a VN. Oh, hold up. I forgot the voltage divider on question 11. So voltage divider would be, let's see, 10, 6 divided by 10, 6 times, no, not times, plus. Oh, that's almost all of it. And that one's previous one, it's instead of at point for question 11, it should be 0.524. Bro, this beat kind of go hard too. Mm, these beats are fire, bro. Anyway, similar to question 11, the voltage divider here, our VN is 0.249 millivolt or 24.9 millivolts. Our V out equals 12 volts. Um, V out equals gain times VN. So if we have 12 volts out and we have um point or 24.9 millivolts in. We need to find the gain first. So we divide by 24.9 millivolts. That gives us a gain of 481.2. So gain, well, we know this is a non-inverting op amp, so we need to, so we know the gain equation is RF over RI plus 1 equals 481.2. Subtract 1, we get RF over RI equals 480.2. RF, we simple rearranging of the equation. Uh, a simple rearranging of the equation. Um, I'm losing my train of thought. Jeez, I'm tired. Um, we have 500K for RF. So RF equals 500K. Um, so if we do some rearranging of the equation, RI equals 500K over 480.2. And then do this. That makes our resistor there 1,481 ohm. So R, what is it, R8, R18? There we go. I lost my train of thought for a second. We're almost there. We're almost there, y'all. We're making it through. Question 15. Jeez, bro. Goodness gracious, bro. My brain is tired, dogs. Brain's tired. Using my brain too much. Been using my brain too much. I'm in the matrix. But it's only 6:40, so we're not too far gone. We're good. For V5, so V5 is at the top. That's the subtraction. V6 is at the bottom. That's the subtractor. Um, 377T and 37 sine 3.3. Okay. What is V out at this time here? So once again, we just do the same thing that we've been doing. 0.24 sine of 377 times 1146.706, and then 0.37 sine 380 times 1146.706. It looks really messy, but like this is literally just setting up a problem. Um, times 1146.70. So V5 equals 0.0287. V6 what is it? 380. You get 0.016, well, 0.017 volts, 0.017 volts. You do V6 minus V5, just how it happens to line up here. So that value there ends up being, oh, my bad, that's a negative, the negative value right here. You get 0.457 volts. Zero point zero four five seven. Okay, so with that found voltage there, now we can find everything in relation to the gain. These are all 1Ks, 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 and this here is a 4.7K resistor. So that means that our gain is 4.7 over 1, giving us a gain of 4.7. And these are all like 1,000 ohms over each other. Um, oh, oops, wrong with the scroll. So then V out for this equation, V out is V1 minus V2, which is the bottom minus the top, times 1 plus 2 over A again, or 2 over G, doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter what you call these variables as long as you're consistent and you can remember it reliably. So that's really all that matters for the most part. Um, so V out, you got that 0.0456. Multiply that by 1 plus 2 over 4.7. And your V out is 0.0651 volts. Forgot to say this at the beginning of the stream. Don't copy my answers. Work it out yourself. Um, see if you get the same thing. Um, Fortunately, this is like more like a math class. So like, if the answer's right, we're all going to have the same answer. If the answer's not right, we're going to have different answers. But don't just write down what I wrote down. Like, please do the work yourself. What is the current through the load resistor at time 527.203 seconds? The load resistors is 500. Load resistors is 100 ohm resistor right here. Um, want the current there, so just go back up to the sine equation, put in something different. 527.203. 507, 203, need that. Then do 6 minus 5. That gives us that value. Equals 0.149. Well, V6 minus V5. That's what that equals. Then multiply that by the gain of 1 plus 2 over 4.7. That gives you negative value. Gives you negative 0.213. Negative V out equals negative 0.213 volts. And then that divided by 100 is 2.13 milliamps. So oh wait, hold up. I put 507, not 527. My bad. That's a little bit different. It'll be a little bit different of an answer. Let me do this again. So this is actually, hold up, y'all. My bad. The answer is not going to change by a lot, but it's definitely a different answer. The negative 0.185 volts. Um, that multiplied by that doing this equation gives negative 0.264 volts. And then the load at 527.203 equals 2.64 milliamps current. All right, next question. What is V out? Again, for this one, we're working with a non-inverting op amp. Non-inverting op amp. So this is not, oh, cheese and crackers. Oh, God. Oh, heck and goodness gracious. Non-inverting. Um, these are both the same. So this is just a basic, this is literally a half voltage divider. So 25 millivolts divided by 2, 12.5 millivolts each. 12.5 millivolts with a gain of 100 because 20 times, no, it's a gain of 10 because 200 over 20, it's a gain of 10. So it's a gain of 11 actually. So this here, RF over RI is 200 over 20. That equals 10 over 1. So again, 10. Then 1 plus RF over RI. That gives us a gain of 11. 11 multiplied by V out or VN gives us V out. So then 0.0125 times 11 is V out equals 0.1375 volts. What is the gain of this practical differentiator at 50 kilohertz? Um, so this one is three questions in one. Goodness gracious. Feed my feed myself alone. Nothing beats that orange Gatorade. Mm. So to get back at it like a crack at it, uh, what is a gain at 50 kilohertz? So it's practical differentiator. Uh, I think I remember how to do this, but I just want to double check. Um, but before I double check, I'm actually just gonna do what I think is right. So we need to find the reactance of the capacitor at this value value of 50 kilohertz. So 1/2 pi times 50K times zero point 0.1 micro. That gives you XC. So XC is so that XC value is 31.83 uh 31.83 ohms. And then this is where I wanted to double check on myself. This is where I wanted to double check. Practical, fee out. Um, RCF. So for RCF, this is 500 times 0.1. What is a gain? Gain. 2 pi RFC. Okay, cool. I just wanted to double check myself because that's something that can be really confusing. Ugh, yeah, that's something that can be really confusing. Um, for differentiator circuits, gain equation for this is omega times RF times C. So that's 2 pi F times RFC. Now the F, there's two different Fs, so that's why they use omega. But gain equals omega RF or R feedback times C. So 2 pi times 50,000 times what is the feedback resistor? Feedback resistor in this case is 10K times 10,000 times 0.1 microfarads. Gain of 314. So the gain in this one gain equals 2 pi times 50K times 10K times 0.1 micro. And that gives us 314 as our gain. What is input impedance at 5 hertz? So at 5 hertz, input impedance, you just add the two, you add the resistor and the capacitor together. Because at a high frequency, when the capacitor acts as a short, the input impedance turns into that resistor, so you have to add them together. But it will probably be very negligible. So 2 pi times 5 times 0.1 micro, 1 over that, and then add that to a 500. So the input impedance at 5 hertz is 318,802 ohms. So what frequency has a gain of 100 in the above amplifier? So once again, we need to do 100 equals 2 pi times some F times 10K times 0.1 microfarads. So we just take F out of the equation, or if we take everything out of the equation and move it to the other side, so F equals 100 over 2 pi times 10K times 0.1 microfarads. Cheese and crackers, bro. I hate this sometimes. So if we do 2 pi times 10,000 times 0.1 microfarads, 100 over that. The frequency where you get a gain of 100 is 15,915 hertz. .49 hertz, actually. Question 21. Oh, man. At t equals 1992.92 seconds, what is V out? The freak. There's two V outs here. Well, there are two V outs on this question. So technically speaking, we have to answer both of them. So that's not really a big deal. Have I not been scrolling through this? Have I been forgetting and neglecting y'all? Goodness, I'm sorry. Here y'all go. Here's a catch up work for that. My bad. I probably forgot to scroll with y'all. I'm sorry. Um, so once again, we're dealing with 60 hertz. Dealing with 60 hertz, 1992. Give myself another lot more space. Okay, so we're working with 10K, 10K, 10K and 1050, 10K point zero five. Um, so the easiest way to do this, I would say, is to identify our operational amplifiers at this point. So these two are buffers. This is an instrumentation amp. That goes into a non-inverting. And then that non-inverting goes into an inverting. So the first thing we need to do, we need to solve this Whetstone bridge. That's pretty simple actually, because um, we can easily find those voltage values. So once again, we'll say that this is V2, say this is V1, V2 equals uh 12 sine of 60 times 1992.92. And that's multiplied by 10K over 20K. So it's half of that value. That gives a negative 1.192 volts. Yeah, negative 1.929. So negative 1.93 volts. And that's divided by 2. So negative 0.596 volts. Um, the next step is to, yeah, y'all can see that. Next step is to do V1. So V1 is 12 sine 60 times 1992.92. And then that's also multiplied by 10.05 over 10 or over 20. So if I do 10,050 divided by 20,050, you get 0.051. Multiply that by 12. Or I guess I could do it that way. Then multiply that by sine of 60 times 1992.92. That gives us negative 0.598 volts. So V1 negative 0.598. Okay, so now we can find V out at the top using instrumentation amp rules. Um, so that's the V out equals V1 minus V2 times 1 plus 2 over G. Our gain here, we can see is 500 over 10,000. So G equals 500 over 10,000. Gives us a gain of 0.05. That 0.05. And also the reason I was able to determine that so quickly is because all the resistors are the same value. That makes it where it's easy to pick, easy to solve. So that V out, we do V1 minus V2. So V1 was the last value. Oh, free. V1 was this. Yeah, V1 was that minus this. So we get negative 0.001. So one negative 1.5 millivolts. So negative 1.5 millivolts multiplied by 1 plus 2 over 0.05. So 2 over 0.05 plus 1 times, that's a gain of 41, by the way. So 41 times 1.5 millivolts. That gives us 60 point, or I guess negative 61 millivolts. So minus 61 millivolts here at V out 1. Then that 61 millivolts gets input into here where we have no voltage divider. So 61 millivolts multiplied by 2.5. Yeah, by 2.5 plus 1, so 3.5. I got that because 50 over 20, 2.5, non-inverting. So RF over RI plus 1, 2.5 plus 1 equals 3.5. That's how I got that. So this value by multiplied by this value gives us negative 0.2, negative 213 millivolts. Yeah. And then that goes into an inverting op amp that has unity gain. So it's a gain of 1 or gain of -1. So negative 213 millivolts times negative 1. That gives us 213 millivolts for V out final. So that was a lot of work for a lot of work for one problem, but it worked out in the end. And then last step for the day, back to multi-sim. Cause you know I'm cracked at that. You already know. I'm just cracked like that. So let me go to my multi-sim. This is a different circuit, so I'm just gonna go ahead and like do a new circuit. Um, Let me see. LF356H. So let me go ahead and get these place. Oh, let me share the screen with this. Because some of y'all may not know how to use multisim very well. And that's okay because not everyone's going to be great at something that they've never done before. Like if you're not great at using multisim, that's okay. You'll get better with time and practice. So one thing you can do when you're on multisim, when you're in all groups, it looks very overwhelming and stuff like that. Like you have no idea what you're looking at. You just type in like 741, gives me that op amp that um gives me this op amp. I need three of them, so actually let me and I need a 350 an LF356H. So let me do this. So I need two of those, and I need three 741s. So now that I'm just one of these needs to be flipped, so I need to make a copy of this. Copy. Oh, then I'll flip this vertically. This goes first. This goes second. Then I need to flip this vertically. Then do this. Copy, paste, paste. Okay, cool. So so now right here, I'm gonna move this off to this side right here so I don't have it in the way. Um now is the time where I want to now is the time where I want to do this like this. So let's bring this here, bring this here, bring this here, and then drag this down, give myself some space, myself a little bit more space. Okay, cool. So now here's where it gets nice and interesting. I need to put in an AC power signal, so an AC source. I'm going to bring this back over here. AC voltage. Um, Value. Actually, hold up. It might be easier if I do it this way. Because he wants us to use the RMS voltage. It doesn't matter all that much in simulation. However, it will make a difference if you're it makes a pretty big difference when you're actually working with stuff. So AC power. Yeah, there we go. Jesus. Okay, so there's no phase shift, 60 hertz. We want 12. So we want 12 VRMS. We also want to bring ourselves some grounds. Um, and then we'll be done with that for now. Actually, why don't I make this full screen over here? I could just, yeah, cool. Um, all right, hold up, y'all. I'm gonna turn the light out because this light is bright. Chill things out a little bit. It's getting late. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's better right there. I like that. I like when it's nice and chill in the room. So now I need to get myself some 10K resistors. So let me go ahead and go. Okay. Okay, actually, I'm gonna drag this back over here because it's really hard to see those like corners because it's like part of it's cut off how it is. Um, okay, so I'm just gonna place one. How many 10Ks do I need? Okay, I need two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11. Need 11 10Ks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I got all 11 of them there. Um, I need a 10 5. So 10. Okay, so that's basically the first. All I need for the first. Golly, where's my mouse? I always lose my mouse. Okay, so that's like basically the first half of the circuit. Okay, so then we're going to connect this, this. Bring one of these over here. Okay, okay. I forgot this is weird with like the scrolling and stuff. Um, okay, so then attach this to ground. So I'm gonna zoom in right there. That's perfect. Attach that to ground. Bring this here. What the freak? Bring that there. Bring this here. This is probably gonna be a little bit quieter. Um, I guess I could just like talk about the class as a whole. The class has honestly been pretty good, like all things considered. So our professor has to basically start from scratch. Because the last professor, we'll leave it there. Um, I ain't gonna speak poorly on anybody's name on my channel, but if you know, you know. So connect these resistors like this, then you connect here to here. That gets those all grounded to the same ground. Um, connect this to the top, so like this and like that. Bam, bop, but a bop, boom, pow. Then I gotta connect this negative term. No. Oh, frick. I need to flip this one back over. Nope. Flip this one back over vertically. Okay, so then take this positive terminal It matters. Trust me, y'all. It matters. Take that positive terminal, put it here. Take this positive terminal, put that here. Now I'll move my camera over here, just so I can work on this side as well. Now we will have the output go to, I don't know why these are blue. They're usually black, but doesn't really matter. Uh, put that there, make this a feedback. Then put this one here. Move this one down quite a bit more, just so I can get that feedback right. That goes there. This, when it attaches to here, need a 1K resistor, so I need 1K. Close that. Now attach this resistor here and here. So that makes our that gives us our differentiating circuit. So we can make the instrumentation amp. Now the instrumentation amp, I need to attach need to control R this a little bit, then put this one here. That goes to the positive, so attach this, bam, bop, bam, bop, but a bop, boom, pow. It's gonna redraw this line. Okay, whatever. Cool, fine, I guess. Um, in between that and this, I need to connect this 10K here. This is so that way, this is just like how instrumentation amp circuits are made. I need to copy this and then paste that here. So that way I can attach this to ground. Um, yes, great, excellent. Then there's another 10K resistor that goes up here that gets control R. Attach this here. Attach this part here. Um, actually just move this down to be right in between the two. Um, then I got to put another resistor, another 10K up here. Oh, geez. Oh, geez, Rick. Put another 10K resistor there. Attach that here. That's now our feedback resistor for this part of the op amp. Bam. Thank you, ma'am. I need another 1K, so I'm just going to go ahead and copy this, paste that, put that there, then put a grab. Then I need to grab ground, copy, paste, ground. Look, y'all, drawing these circuits in multisim, they may be tedious, but it's not really hard at all. Um, just might take a little bit of time. I'll have to place a probe here because it's asking for a probe there, but you won't always need to put a probe there. Okay. Now this is where it gets really interesting. So now we just drag this down here a little bit further, drag this one here a little bit further, and then this output from before the the input for the positive terminal. So this input here, we got to drag this skillfully, drag it up, drag it this way, drag it up this way. Got to scroll up a bit and then attach that here. Um, I could move this over. Actually, I am going to move it over one line. Bro, am I not clicking? Gosh dang it. Okay, draw it this way. Goodness. Okay, cool. Now that looks right. Okay, now that looks nice to me. Okay, now we need but let me make sure that everything's grounded that needs to be grounded so far. Ground, ground, ground. Okay, and now we have a 10K resistor. Uh oh, here they are. I was like, am I losing space? I am not losing space. Need to put a 10K resistor, 10K resistor here. I'll move this up. Oh yeah, Multisim has this cool, neat little trick where you can change the color of the wires if you want to. Um, it's pretty neat, pretty helpful if you're drawing a lot of things at once and you want to be able to discern what is what. Attach that there, attach that here, then put another 10K as the V out ground. All right, cool. Put that with V out ground. Um, Need another ground. So Control V, put a ground here. That grounds that input together. I need to put a capacitor, so just going to go over here to our capacitors. So 1 microfarad capacitor, get that right there. Um, that attaches here. Just move down one. There we go. This capacitor now attaches itself to this input here, or this output, I mean, excuse me. I need to get a resistor. So Control W. I need to get a 50K, a 20. I need a 50K, 20K, and a 25K resistor, as well as a 1K resistor. 50K, 25K, and then a 20K. All right, cool, cool. I have no space. Um, but that's okay. That's completely fine. Um, just gonna go ahead and connect this to ground once I find my mouse again. Oh, there we go. Where? There it is. There it is. Uh, so go ahead and do that. Control V, attach to ground. Can I make this bigger? Like, is there a way to make this multi-sim screen bigger? I don't know. Just gonna move this up a couple notches. Yeah, we'll move that up a couple notches. The 50K that I dropped right here is actually our feedback resistor for this circuit. So we're gonna put that there, put that here. Because it just has to go after, it just has to go like at the input terminal of the this resistor right here. 25K, that goes to ground, Control R. That rotates. Oh, by the way, the keyboard shortcut, if you did not know, is Control R. Um, then that goes to here. Okay, 25K. That's sprung with that. That goes that way. This. Okay, cool. And I think that's everything. So now I need to place a probe. So I need to place a voltage probe here. And I need to place another voltage probe here. Voltage, voltage. Okay, and then plot V out. I guess he wants a transient sweep, so I'm just gonna do a. Well, no, I'll do an AC sweep from 1 hertz to 10 gigahertz. Output V1 and V2. Um, Run it. There we go. That does it. That's everything. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and just zoom out of that. Okay, first I'm gonna take a well, I'm gonna take a picture of all of it because oh oops. I'm gonna take a picture of all of it. Um because why not? All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put that in this dock over here. Bring y'all back over on this side. Cool. And that will do it for this homework assignment. So, um, go ahead and stop sharing the screen. Hope y'all found this information helpful. If you had trouble doing the homework, here you go. If you didn't have trouble doing the homework, here you go. Make sure you check it and make it right. If I'm right, of course. I mean, I don't know if I'm right. Don't copy my answers now. But with that being said, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video on the stream. If you'd like to give a like, put a nice slap to the face, like and subscribe today to join the Shinobi, and I'll see all you guys